First on Worcester News tonight, collecting for a cause. UMass Medical School kicks off their Cancer Walk and Run fundraiser. Plus, it's World Refugee Day, how one local church is making an effort to include everyone in the community. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Wednesday kicks off one of Central Massachusetts' largest fundraisers for cancer research. Since 1999, the UMass Cancer Walk and Run has been raising money for adult and pediatric cancer research. Last year, more than 10,000 people came out for the event. Our Cam Jandro was at tonight's kickoff and joins us now with more. Cam?
Olivia, for the next 3 months, teams will be raising money for adult and pediatric forms of cancer. They're expecting dozens of teams to take part in the event this year, and I caught up with one tonight who just recently started walking. Caitlin Morris lost her sister-in-law, Allie, to cervical cancer in 2017. She was 30.
Our family and friends know more than ever that we need to find a cure.
Morris and her family say they never expected to lose a loved one to the disease. The tragedy sparked them to start Allie's Warriors and participate in the UMass Cancer Walk and Run.
Our goal is that no family would ever have to experience what we've had to go through. And it's important that we're raising money so that patients have access to things like clinical trials and to the treatments.
The event will celebrate its 20th anniversary this year. UMass Memorial's new Chief of Pediatric Cancer Care, Dr. Jason Showett, spoke at Wednesday's kickoff party. Showett came from a children's medical center in Houston and says fundraisers have been helpful for research.
It's an amazing time to be doing cancer research right now. It's really, strides have been made even over the past 2 years that just have surpassed some of our wildest dreams.
The walk has raised more than $20 million for pediatric and adult cancer research and clinical trials. Last year, more than 10,000 participants walked around Lake Quinsigamond in support.
It feels like you have kind of a family of support, even bigger than your own family and loved ones.
And it's a great way, when you stand around and look at everybody, you know that you're there for the same reason, and that is to one day help find a cure for cancer.
Now, the actual walk takes place on Sunday, September 30th. Organizers say they're hoping to raise $750,000 this year. Olivia?
All right, Cam, thank you for that. The Ecotarium in Worcester is evacuated Wednesday after employees noticed the smell of gas. According to the Worcester Fire Department, a gas line was hit during a construction project. The museum remained closed for the day as crews worked to clean up the mess. There was no danger to anyone inside the building. Dudley police asking for the public's help tonight. They posted this picture on Facebook saying the car pictured here hit a dog and drove off. Police say the vehicle will most likely have front end damage. Anyone with information regarding the owner of the vehicle is asked to contact police. Today is World Refugee Day, and one Worcester church wants to make sure everyone knows they are welcome. The First Unitarian Church on Main Street placed this sign outside of the building, reading, "No matter where you're from, we're glad you're our neighbor." Minister Sarah Stewart says Worcester is the largest refugee and resettlement city in New England. She says refugees and other immigrants are positive contributions to the city.
A lot of anti-immigrant sentiment in the world right now, and we want folks to know that we believe that everybody is part of our community.
And the church's governing board decided earlier this year to put the sign up. Minister Stewart says the sign was just recently put up. Now to Capitol Hill, President Trump taking action on immigration following his administration's controversial no-tolerance policy for adults who enter the country illegally. Under pressure from angry lawmakers, including in his own party, President Trump did sign an executive order to keep families together. The president adding he expects the order to be backed by legislation. This as he has met with members of Congress today, saying he wants to keep families together. A deadline is looming for Rhode Island lawmakers to take action on a stadium plan for the Pawtucket Red Sox. If they don't act, it could open the door for the team to move to Worcester. And as our Chandler Walsh explains, the city is already confident they've put together a strong pitch to the PawSox.
PawSox discussions in Rhode Island could be coming to a close, and Worcester is waiting to make a catch.
Certainly this has gone on for quite some time, and we'll see.
Tuesday night, Rhode Island's House Finance Committee considered a revised bill for a PawSox stadium, but no vote was taken. Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebian says if a bill is not approved by both the Senate and the House at the end of the legislative session, they would be handing the team to Worcester.
Worcester is saying the same things we have. They want them, right? They know the value. They're getting $2 million in revenue today in the state of Rhode Island, and we need to make sure that we keep them here, and I get the revitalization of Pawtucket.
While Rhode Island's process isn't finished, Worcester City Manager Ed Augustus is confident in Worcester's proposal.
We're continuing to make our case, and we think we've got a great community to offer them with a lot of great assets.
Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce President Tim Murray says the city has a track record of strong corporate and community support for professional teams.
The Railers had a very successful inaugural season. And the top 12 in the league in attendance of nearly 30 teams in the ECHL, strong corporate support. The Worcester Bravehearts, a Futures Collegiate Baseball League, 6th in the country in collegiate attendance.
Murray believes the PawSox could be just as successful.
I have a sense if Worcester is chosen as the crossroads of New England, there'd be a number of companies, even beyond Worcester and Worcester County, that would perhaps be interested in being involved in the PawSox at a new ballpark here.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The group trying to save the Notre Dame Day Canadians Church from demolition has filed an appeal in the Massachusetts Appeal Court in regards to a Superior Court judge's decision to prevent demolition of the church before state review is completed. Meanwhile, the group has come up with a plan for a more cost-effective way to keep the building. Save Notre Dame Alliance member Randy Feldman suggested the city turn the land into a botanical garden. It would preserve the church's outer shell and make it the centerpiece. Feldman says the church would look something like the old stone church at the Wachusett Reservoir in West Boylston. He says the idea is inexpensive in comparison to completely redeveloping and renovating the former church.
So if you're looking at reclamation costs, you're not looking at $15 to $20 million. You're looking at maybe somewhere between $500,000 and $2 million. That's what we asked the City Council last night. Will you spend real time on getting the costs of what are the reclamations so you'll know what your budget is?
And Feldman says this would not be an unsupervised property. He says the hope would be to tie this in with the Hanover Theater Improvement District and would help beautify downtown while preserving a part of history. For the second year in a row, WPI students earned first place at the annual Sailbot competition. 8 teams competed in the 12th annual International Robotic Sailing Competition on Lake Quinsigamon. Students had to apply their robotic skills to develop autonomous boats with the hope they could be used as oceanographic research vessels. The teams had to participate in 5 precision and endurance contests. A central Massachusetts business is set to become the first in the state to receive a recreational marijuana license. The growing operation has gone through a rigorous application process. Our Brittany Schaefer got a look inside today and has more.
Sierra Naturals is moving forward as they approach the possibility of being the first legal recreational marijuana business to receive a license in the state.
We are very gratified that we're on the list for a vote this Thursday with the Cannabis Control Commission.
The vote would grant a license to grow up to 20,000 square feet. The cultivation facility currently grows medical marijuana. CEO Michael Dundas says the application process was thorough.
It's an all-electronic process, but it does involve uploading a significant amount of information about our operations.
We're in the process now of reviewing final and complete submitted applications, which include the submission of 4 required packets, and also including references or notices out to cities and towns, as well as a pretty comprehensive background check.
According to the CCC, Sierra Naturals was the first completed application they received. While the Milford location won't have a retail side, Dundas says Central Massachusetts has been a great location.
Milford's a fantastic place to be. We've been here, as I said, since 2013. Very happy to be located in Milford. It is a central spot.
And with the vote expected within the next day, Dundas and the CCC say the outcome is unpredictable.
Ultimately, it's a recommendation to the commission. It's almost impossible to predict what the conversation may entail.
I really don't know. This is the very first cannabis license to potentially be issued in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and east of the Mississippi. So I think it's anybody's guess what might happen.
Decision is expected by tomorrow afternoon. If accepted, Sierra Naturals would be inspected and then be able to grow recreationally. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
The town of Charlton deciding to move forward with the plan for developing a large-scale marijuana farm in town. Selectmen voted 3-1 Tuesday night to uphold an earlier vote supporting a host agreement with Valley Green Grow. Selectman Karen Spywalk voted against it. She says the 94-acre plot, which was formerly an orchard, isn't the right place for the marijuana cultivation center. She says the facility would be one of the largest of its kind in the country. The planned site on Old Worcester Road is a residential area, and Spywalk says some residents are upset.
I was very disappointed by the outcome. However, there were people in the town who really were devastated by the outcome. For instance, I had a person contact me who was unable to sell her home because she lives on that road. And she showed me the email thread. She said once the realtor disclosed, which they have to do, that was being proposed, they backed out.
And supporters say the pros are the added revenue and 300 promised jobs to the area.